Hey, Heidi ho. Heidi, hello. Nice to have you all around again. How's everything going? I've got a little bit of a story before we actually got started today. Get started today. Uh, Earlier today, I was messaged by an old Steam friend of mine that I didn't really talk to in a while because I have a bad habit of adding someone to my friends list on Steam after we play a game or two together on like TF2 or whatever, and then just never speaking to them again. I tend to do that a lot, and I did that with this friend. But this friend that I'm not going to name for the sake of not having people harass them for no reason, because people like to do that, and I don't understand why. Uh, they randomly messaged me today while I was playing some other game, and they were like, "Hey, I got $60 to burn. Do you want a game?" I was like, "Yeah, here's a game that I want. It's called Disco Elysium." And then they just bought it for me. So, anonymous friend, just on the happen off chance that you are watching this at some point, I want to say thank you. Big McThankies to that Steam friend of mine. Because I've been thinking about playing this game on stream, and now I can without having to pay for it myself, even too. So that's cool. How's everyone else doing tonight? I oughta. There's one more person I forgot to message. Um, in the round of messaging people that are interested, that might be interested in watching. One second here. Alright, that should be good for now. If you bear with me for a moment, I'm gonna boot up the game and then figure out all the display settings and all that real quick. Live on stream. We're doing it live. Of course, it opened up in full screen, so here's hoping I can get it to go windowed and have it just work instead of having to worry about like screen resolution or whatever. I think the big reason I got very suddenly got interested in this game recently is because I've heard good things about it, right? It's a game that I've heard good things about, that it's really good and all, and I think it won some awards back when it came out. But recently, um, it became a very fully voiced game, so that I don't have to read everything myself, which is pretty neato. There we go. I think that should work. So this. Ah, okay. That's a cool button. I'm gonna press that once I actually get the game capture going here. If you'll give me just a hot moment. Disco Elysium. There we go. Fits perfectly. Hell yeah. I'm gonna press this button real quick before we start. Here's all the controls. Here's what things do. Thoughts. Active thoughts alter dialogue options. Through thought bonuses differ for research and completion. Tools. Substances can be administered during dialogue. Tools are context sensitive. Equip them before use. Time. Time passes when picking new dialogue options. Read books to pass time quicker. Tasks. Gain experience by completing tasks or by exploring. Leveling up grants you skill points. You can use these points to unlock skills or unlock or forget thoughts. White skill checks can be re-rolled. Skill checks. Explore options or level up to try again. Red skill checks are permanent. Ah. Equip a plastic bag, collect bottles, and sell them at Frite. I think that's how you pronounce that. Uh, I saw something about. Here we go. Revachol. That is the main city. I'm not sure about these two. Oranje and Clasia. Okay. Revachol, Oranje, and Clasia. Alright. I feel like that might be important, so I figured I'd read that part out loud as well. In this game, You probably already know, but you can customize your character in various ways. There's four different points you can invest into, um, that govern like a different sets of skills. Like you have intellect here, which governs like how smart you are and how well you are able to understand a conversation and that kind of thing, and etc. for all the rest of them. And there's a couple of archetypes that you can start off with that are like, here's some recommended skill levels for whatever, whatever. Um, I don't want to do those because I feel like from I've seen about the first like hour or so of this game, just like going through a little bit of the first puzzle, quote unquote, of the game, the first big mystery you got to go through. So I know a little bit about that, a little bit about how the skills work, and that makes me want to create my own character. Pre-builts are always inferior. Yeah. Plus, I don't want to go full boring cop and just do everything 3. Because then it's like, wow, you're completely average boring. And that's bad, apparently. So what I want to do is, uh, something a bit more like this. Because motorics are important for... I can change this on the next page, too, so, you know. I think so. Or I can just go back at any time. But motorics are important for stuff like perception, which is the skill that allows you to like pick up on details that you wouldn't be able to otherwise, and that's important important for detective work, and that's what you are in this game. Interesting flaws, characters, and averages. Yeah. There's this thing. I don't know where I was going with that sentence, so I'm just gonna stop. But my point is that I want to be a character that is smarter and can understand both the world around him and people that he talks to. So that's what I want to go for. Because of that, I have these two kind of average-ish. This one I wanted the most, and for that I had to sacrifice physique a bit. But you know, having it at 2 isn't going to kill me right away. You know, I'll be fine. The question is, what do I want for my signature skill? Because that automatically gives me an extra point in it, an extra point in that skill. And there's plenty of skills here that I could think of for possibly selecting. I've heard that Inland Empire is pretty haha funny, and that might be a good choice, as it's about imagining stuff, and when it gets to higher points, you can start imagining voices from like inanimate objects and such, and that's pretty cool. Perception could be good as well because, like I said, you have to pick up on details around the world. Maybe one of these. Any of these could be good. Inland Empire is David Lynchian nonsense. Yeah, and that's pretty funny, and I like it. There's also Shivers. Shivers is pretty interesting. It's something about being able to understand the city of Revachol itself. Like, being able to pick up on weird details that nobody else will be able to know. Like, oh, I got a tingle on my back, and that means fucking there's a dude across town selling oranges now. You know, that kind of shit. That would probably be pretty cool. I'll set my signature at that just to start with, and then if I can change my mind, I can always change it. There's also pain threshold and endurance. I could boost one of these since they're a bit lower, but I also don't really need to, like I said, as long as I know what I'm doing. Shivers could be interesting, like I said. What do you think I should go for? Do you have any recommendations? Because if not, I'm probably either going to go with Shivers or Empire right here. I can always change it before I press confirm, because that will start the game. This one's pretty interesting too. Spirit the Corpse is interesting cop sense. Yeah, this one's you play as a police officer in this game, and this one makes it so you can detect like how other police officers are feeling, and how they're what when they do like certain body actions or when they say certain things, you can understand what they're saying. And you have a companion in this game that is a police officer, so that could be a pretty good choice. Actually, now that I think about it, you have a good point. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Actually, now that I think about it, because uh, much against the point of this game, almost, I would kind of want to be a good cop, if that makes sense. And this could help me a little bit, at least. Empathy could also help, but, you know, Spirit de Cole. Spirit de Cole. I think this is supposed to be French, but I don't know French, so I don't know how to pronounce that. There's also Perception, like I said earlier. Yeah, I think I'll just go with this. This sounds good. Confirm. Alright, here we go. Get ready for the good voice acting in this game. More your particular flavor of botch cop. Yeah. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water something something. I missed it. Oops.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Even in the clearest water, a man may drown. Interesting.
Ever. Never, ever.
Simply keep on non-existing.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
This is great. Give me some more. What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
I forget what the limbic system is supposed to be, but I like how the more human part of your brain here almost sounds a lot more like pathetic and weak compared to the ancient Unga Bunga brain. That's kind of interesting. Wait. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that.
There,
Fuck. I didn't want to press that
no
button.
ball of meat. No light in the formless nothing. Just night swimming.
Lizard brain and snake brain. Okay. How about you carve us some more of that sweet oblivion?
Right up, sir. Smooth passage.
I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things for people who don't want to give them to me.
You really?
I do. Let me off.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
A little.
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
I don't care. I'm an idiot. A brave idiot.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Mother, help me. There's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it. Please no, I changed my mind. Take me back to the formless, disembodied nothing. Please no! I changed my mind. Take me back to the formless, disembodied nothing.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an
God, the first one is a mood. Yeah? Who am I? What sort of creature does this with their own mouth?
fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice can name a motor carriage.
I love this part where it's just like randomly, it's like, oh yeah, I know what that is. That perfectly makes sense. Here the man is. Fucking almost naked. Could have gotten me banned on Twitch.tv. Yeah, that's how trivia brain work. Yeah, I like it, but it is kind of funny. What's the button that I press for this? Do I just click on it with left button? Or left mouse button? Oh, right mouse button lets me see everything that I can highlight. Okay. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. Oh, sure. Empty cassette case. This reel-to-reel tape player is still rolling. Is still on. Rolling empty. Okay.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Horrific necktie. I like it when people describe things that are inanimate as horrific, as if it's just awful and terrible to look at.
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Here's some pants. Take the pants. Oh,
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
fish them
It
out.
says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
I don't know if I should start reading only the selection that I choose, or if I should read every selection and then just say which one I like more. Because I'm kind of just voting for seeing what I like out of the options and then just reading the one that I like out loud, and that's it. But, you know, there are other options out there. You see bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liquors. Door is locked. There's a shirt up here. White satin shirt. Okay.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink.
Interesting
In a fierce
background for the
discharge
dialogue
of
box.
masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off.
If you read all of them, you should also say which one you were going with out loud. No, that's what I was saying. I was trying to say if I do that or the other thing.
Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
This man's voice, very deep and very soft. Really? Nothing?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in, has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Damn. Is it just me or is this portrait like flickering a bit? It's got like a light thing going on here. It's weird. Wipe the mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Yeah. But I want to become it, so... Behold, the man. It's him. Whatever the fuck his name is. Or I guess I should say it's us, but like... I am playing as a preset character, so I don't know.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Of course I do. It's, Is this some kind of superstar? I think I'm a superstar. Actually, I should choose 3. This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh, wait. Is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I have no idea why it's there. It just is.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Okay, try to stop.
Oh my god. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off.
Damn.
What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
It's an expression of pain.
You are correct.
You are correct. Formidable. Dig deep into your mind to look at the source of the expression.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past.
This is a
all
white
you
check.
know for now.
3% chance. Let's stop it from happening, baby.
It's too late. Like an image on film.
Damn.
The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex.
Two
It will
failures
take a
back to
minor
back. That
neurological
sucks.
miracle for you to cease producing it.
Let's leave the mirror be for now. Damn. Ain't that a bitch in the fuck? Oh, there's a glass here, and the glass is not working correctly.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Assess the damage.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own hands?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Wait, what am I doing?
Something you've done before.
Well, I like this part for some reason. Something you've done before. Assess the size of the impact.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
I should go get that shoe.
A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Cool game. This is literally the beginning of the game, so there's not much going on quite yet, but it's pretty cool. Oh, my bag's blinking in here. Right. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. It's making the sides do all kinds of like tape reel shit. That's weird. Tools. I got this. There used to be a tape in this case, but it was destroyed in a fit of rage. Something about Etienne's single "Smallest Church in St. Saints" must have rubbed someone in the wrong way. The label says the song was recorded in '43. Cool. The calendar says it's March. The year is 51. Oh, my character does the thing where he follows my mouse. That's cool.
Hello, officer.
Hello. I'm gonna talk to this
The
woman.
raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks.
Ah.
She can't be more than 28.
Officer? Am I military personnel?
No,
Then why did you call me an officer?
because you're a police officer, sir.
She pulls on her cigarette. Are you sure?
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time.
She takes another drag. All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Why don't I remember being a cop? Or anything else.
Could it be because of the drinking?
She raises an eyebrow. The cigarette sizzles. Who in the right mind will let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
That almost just sounds worse. I almost don't want to do this one because A, it's low, and B, this feels like a thing that I do not want to do. I'm not a fan of harassing people, and I know that's like, haha, that's the joke of the game, but I also just don't want to. And you can't make me, because I'm the one playing the game, haha. I should get going now.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Ouch. There are some decisions that are not meant to be taken, okay?
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you've said the words a million times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Ah. Before you go, I have some questions for you.
Yes?
Where exactly is here? Where am I?
You're in a hostel, sir.
No, where are we? Where in the world?
We are in Revachol.
Okay.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
Should that mean something to me?
You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties.
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Aranye, another part of the world.
Yeah, Aranye. I think I pronounced that right earlier. Tell me, is it 51 now?
It's 51.
What century?
The current century?
And what is that? What number?
Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one.
How many centuries has there been then?
Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir.
She grins. What's so funny?
You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization.
The room is almost next to mine. Did you hear anything last night?
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Did I have any visitors?
I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here.
Loud disco music.
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
She raises. Okay. She raises an eyebrow, waiting for the name to connect to you.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
Damn.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
Yeah, we go on, alright.
I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, disco stopped, and there was a change of pace.
What happened?
A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling
Ooh.
along to it.
Was I singing this? Show her the empty case of the smallest church in St. Sains.
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also,
What else?
that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
When you say winded, do you mean that like in a cool way? Like a wild beast?
Yes. It was very cool.
It's impossible to say whether she's being sarcastic or really means it.
Then what happened?
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
Are you sure that I wasn't being assaulted?
No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room.
Damn.
A window was smashed. A tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
Was there anything else?
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. and that was it.
I could ask you this question, but I kind of not feeling asking this because I'm sure I can figure that out later. You can go now.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Goodbye. It's still smoking. Huh. I don't know why my map. Huh. Oh, okay. Those on white are available to try now. You should read the clothing descriptions, right? Okay. Disco ass blazer. Damn. Looks like someone skinned this blazer off of some long extinct disco animal. It has an enigmatic white rectangle on the back and the right sleeve. Unsavory odor. Damn. The white stain on the shirt used to be fancy. Used to really catch the light. Now it smells like someone took a piss in the armpits. Damn. These golden brown flare. Right, okay. These golden brown flare cut trousers are. Yeah. Normal bell bottom trousers would be boot cut, but these are far from normal. They are someone's piss soaked, cum stained party pants. Okay. Damn. Oh, yeah, that does look pretty nasty. The necktie is adorned with a garish pattern. It's disturbingly vivid. Somehow you feel as though it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. You will betray it if you change it for some boring scarf. Okay. This green crocodile leather shoe has high heel and chrome embellishments. It fits your left foot perfectly. Now all that remains is to find the other shoe. Huh. Something on the table. Hell yeah, .40 real. Oh boy. Yeah, I know. I was just wondering, is there a possibility of just continuing on the game without ever picking up the shoe? Could you possibly go on without the smell of the sea makes you dizzy? You can continue on at any point. A gust of briny wind washes over you. Hell yeah, I've completed the set.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously.
Everyone just reacts
and
accordingly.
indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles.
How do they fit?
Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Hell yeah. I'm already at full morale, but I got some morale anyway, so that's good for me. Now to go downstairs. Oh boy. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe de Monde. Trompe de Monde. Trompe de Monde. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. The only RPG where self-care is an actual mechanic you can specialize in. Yeah. It's cool, but also really fucking weird, if that makes sense. Summer door closed for the winter. Why is there an entire second door just for the summer? That's a thing. That's a thing as an American, a stupid fucking American, I don't understand. What is the point of this exactly? You'd figure that a store would just have the one front entrance and then maybe like a back entrance for employees, and that's it. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. Big ol' karaoke mic. Cool. This is where the lyrics would be.
We should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
Probably that's a shop or the like that's set up out there on that side during that season. I see. My soul is puny.
Of course, like a small animal that only comes out at night. All it needs is to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people.
What should I sing when it comes to it?
You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
No, I want to sing something happy for
No,
once.
no. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound.
Damn, the voices in my head have a fucking bias here.
You
Damn.
need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Finished thought. Okay. Sing karaoke. Preferably in the evening. More people at the bar then. Okay.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Something tells me you don't like me.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
He says without looking up.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
You're being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
I do not appreciate your tone. This is no way to talk to an officer.
Oh, it's not?
He raises his shoulders like he's about to say something more. Then he gets a hold of himself.
You're right. It's not.
Okay, bye. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today's menu starts in a man's handwriting. A water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. Sure. Alright. Good to have that on hand, just in case of emergencies. Mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open 1600. Roughly about 4 o'clock. Royal pinball machine is unplugged. Okay.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods towards the man in the orange bomber jacket. Is it just me or is her voice like pitch shifted up? Also, her hair is yellow, blonde in this portrait, and then her model is brown haired. I immediately hate this game and I want a refund, even though I didn't buy it.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You.
For a second there, I forgot the fact that there was a narrator and I was about to start reading it myself. Oh, I don't know, that's just the pillar in the background, never mind.
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
His grip is firm.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Invent a new name for yourself. Conceptualization. Go!
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
I don't really know my name.
Okay then.
He processes the information and then disregards it. It is not yet time. Yeah, that one's pretty good too, but I wanted to be truthful, I'm sorry.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
You mean him? Nod towards the cafeteria manager. Yeah, oh, excuse me, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman. Oh, I like this one.
Right. And the interviews?
What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
Look, man, yeah.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
I wonder if you answered yes, then magically, oh, things are different. But I doubt that.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
But I don't remember anything.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse.
I imagine the runaround is more tiring than there's a straight answer. But also that thing he just said, yes. Which thing, specifically? Do you mean this one? Or this one? Although my question is, if I got so drunk that I fucking erased all of my memories about everything, except apparently that the fact that a car exists, 7 days, yeah, that, okay. But my question is, if I got so drunk that I erased all of my fucking memories, what has he seen that's worse? What the fuck could be worse than, like, self-obliteration like that?
If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I say, the dead body should be our number one concern.
So drunk that's dead. Yeah. Well, let's get going then.
To you, officer.
Hell
If
yeah.
you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
It wasn't on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
I hope my lack of ability to voice act is any good. I'm gonna go ahead and save real quick. Reuse bits and replace the contents. Okay. I mean, I don't want to save scum at all, unless it's like I want to do something funny. But I really just want to play the game. The earnestness honestly works well. Okay. But I really do want to just play the game without like trying to redo shit, unless it's the stuff that you're supposed to be able to redo to begin with. The door is bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1 o'clock, 1300.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
What is gold and orange like a forest fire, but smells like liquor?
Are you kidding me?
No, man, help me out. What is golden orange and smells like liquor?
It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. And you're orange.
I mean, I'm more green, but okay.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant. Okay.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Right then. Questions, I got this.
His face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias I manage. 3. Get over it.
Okay, but what does that mean? What does it mean to manage the cafeteria, you bastard? Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we get there then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Why did Sylvie go
She
away?
went away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Am I not a cop? Everything's my business.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
I mean, I do.
thank you.
Didn't that go well?
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
This stuff gets on my nerves. I am a feminist. I guess I like to be thorough.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
That's all.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
What's Real?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you money?
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
What do I owe this place for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
But what exactly is money? What is it?
What are you, a philosopher?
Since I woke up, I've had trouble remembering even the most basic concepts of reality.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. They use
Proceed,
it for everything, really.
proceed, and show him the coins you found. Is this money?
Yes, it is.
Count them and give them to him. That's 10 plus 10 plus 20 equals 40. I'm now down to 90, right?
No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
100 times smaller?
Yes,
But that's horrible.
it is.
Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
Darkness rides.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
What happens now?
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
He shrugs.
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I don't remember where my home is.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Okay.
Good luck.
Goodbye.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
I really don't remember.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I mean, I was up on Marvel Hill.
Why did you say that?
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, do you know of a place called Marvel Hill?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place?
An expression.
A saying. Up on Marvel Hill, a great high place. One that is impossible to climb back to.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Could I trace the way back somehow? To the exact street, the exact number on a building?
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Lonesome Long Way Home. +1 encyclopedia. Let's just rewind. Let's trace our drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here, fall over, get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle through your feet through the courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the Great Raised Motor Track to the 881 until you reach the Le Doma in Imminent. I think I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. I don't know French. In North Jamrock, the streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down the main to Perditon. There's a side alley there, and your footprints are in the mud. +1 encyclopedia. Hell yeah. 3 points. Ask your station for additional funds. Okay then. Alright. Oh, there was probably people I could have talked to in there too. I don't know if I should go back inside or just let it, go for now. Guess while I'm out here I can do other stuff. A heap of snow melts in this wheelbarrow. The street sign says, "Fuck the police!" I can agree with that, but except I'm also playing as a police officer, so it's like, pigs go home. The street name is illegible.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all.
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
We need directions.
Of course. Where to?
Where am I?
What do you mean?
I'm just a bit disoriented. This is Revachol, right?
Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
Okay.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
The lieutenant seems uncomfortable with the level of disorientation you are displaying. What's up in the
There's
north?
the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
What's in the east?
The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too.
Ah, that's in the east, so remember that tooltips about the bottles? I could go to the east. What about
Some
the
tracks
south,
and a
though?
bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
What's on the other side of the canal?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
What's in the west?
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
Thanks. That's all for now.
No problem.
What is this fuck the police business?
Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
I'm gonna press it because I want to know. The street sign says, fuck the police. Point to it.
Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
It's alright, I didn't mean to startle you.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
She wipes her brow with a canary yellow glove.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
One more thing. Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
She hands you the rubber gloves with no visible annoyance. Thank you. Thick latex garden gloves in classic canary yellow. Maybe you should retire, take up gardening as a hobby? It's worth a thought. +1 interfacing, hell yeah. Free shit for me. Anyways. Let's go check out that dead body that's back here.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Reconstruct the movement. Let's see if we can get it.
No,
Damn it.
these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away.
What kind of vehicle drove through here?
Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover.
Why am I looking at this?
Cop habit. You look at everything.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
This isn't case related, you think.
Not now. We'll come back to that later. Oh, that's weird. Is my lighting fucked up, or is it supposed to look like that? Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. What's with this kid?
Kuno's got this.
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Damn.
Oh yeah, not a goofy Kuno.
Yells the other kid from behind the fence. A moment of your time, please.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Do you see what now?
I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Damn.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding it, see?
He wipes sweat from his brow and sends another rock flying.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
I want to know why this kid talks in the third person like that. Kim, what should we do?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What forces?
You will see.
Okay.
The language these kids are using. Pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
I don't have time for this. The kid's ladder is rickety, but still climbable. The ladder's for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man. That's, huh.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard.
Huh.
Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Lieutenant, workers' boots tracks.
Noted.
Get an exact count.
Maybe
Yes!
more than 12. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
Wait, what is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them.
Count
5.
more.
Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female?
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
Pretty good at this, ain't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
It's like the Dark Knight or whatever the fuck it's called games, where you got the detective vision, but you don't have any fancy gadgets. You just have your eyes. Count the rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the
It's down
imprints
here.
are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
The same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Heavy one. 200 kilogram imprint.
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
One of them was carrying the other.
Possibly, yes.
The lieutenant marks something down in his notebook.
But why?
You're thinking, why do they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see?
Light step, number 41 shoe.
A woman? Or a kid?
I don't think there's any way to be sure.
Understood. Anything else?
An aberration. One sole is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul.
Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
Drummer, that's stupid.
A drummer only uses the right foot for the kick drum. You're right, it's stupid. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
I was actually thinking the exact same thing.
He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south, toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
It looks like the south
We
is
should
completely
keep our eyes
inaccessible
open
right now.
around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
I am not sure. We don't want to attract too much attention.
You're right. Let's keep a low profile.
How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashot. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think? I really like this, like, oh, we gotta think about this real hard kind of fucking music in the background. I don't know why. It's very atmospheric, but I'm enjoying it. What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
This is easy. I think we have a firm understanding of what happened here. Yes, very
The
good.
lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
We've been through all of it. Leaf. There's a box over here. Ah, okay. Ah, morale healing thing. Plus a tiny bit of money. Someone is trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse. Okay. We're supposed to take down the body, so let's see if we can
corpse
take down the
looks at
body.
you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like, and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
God, what is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cock's gonna blow, Kuno.
Let go of your nose without throwing up. 3% chance. Damn it!
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you expected, more fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Try to walk away. You let it out. Damn. At least it was mostly off camera.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
God.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
Thanks. Wipe your mouth.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Okay. Where do we get ammonia from?
There is Fritz nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't,
He points to the greenhouse.
there's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Good point.
Pretty clever.
It'll make things easier. Items. Lieutenant's handkerchief. The handkerchief given to you by Lieutenant Kitsuragi. One corner is adorned with a lace and tiny embroidered portiere. Cool. The letter R wears a crown. On the ribbon below, a light above descending.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in there?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flooding in. Could be evidence too.
Yeah, I feel like there's something in there.
What do you mean, feel?
It's an extrasensory perception. Whatever's in there holds special significance.
I agree. We should get someone from the remote viewers division here.
He's being sarcastic. Do not ask what the remote viewers division is.
I'm going to ask anyways. What is the remote viewers
All
division?
the detectives from all the precincts who experience extrasensory perception go to the remote viewers division. Their work is invaluable to the force.
It's remarkable how he can keep a straight face. Take note. The lieutenant is well versed in deadpanning. Many of the things he says could be meant in jest.
This force does not exist.
There isn't.
Oh, okay.
We should still access this container. There may be evidence in there.
Okay, but how do we get the lock open?
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage,
Or, Lieutenant?
or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
A good point.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Plus, I gotta go back that way to talk to the lady anyways. See what's going on with her. I had to check that out real quick, even if I didn't actually read it, due to the fact that I hate having the notification button there. It bugs the shit out of me. Hey, by the way,
Hello again, officer. How are things?
while we're here, how's the audio mix sounding? Is the game doing too loud? That's some nice background music. Yeah, it's really good. Played some of it for the pre-stream intro while I was getting things set up. But yeah, how's the audio balancing sounding? Is the game too quiet in comparison to my voice, or is it too loud? I would really like to know. My partner told me you may have ammonia. Can I have some?
Sure. I'm done with it.
Thank you.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
I have to run. Goodbye. Okay. I don't know if I should click on it and double click right now, or I don't know. Could be a bit louder on the game side, but it's pretty good overall as is. Okay, let me bump it up a few decibels there. How's that sounding? This game is really fun. Doesn't help. It helps, I should say, that I don't have to read most of it. A bottle of rum has been knocked over.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime. Maybe who cares? Just rum.
Finished thought. Goodbye. I will not partake in the sugary drink of death. Let's talk to this guy again.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
No, this is Patrick. Fucking is it? Okay, but do you have the key? Stares at the powder they just poured rum into. Damn.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container?
I hope you enjoy your alcohol, but A, our drunk as fuck character does not need to drink more, because he already got fucked up pretty hard, and B, I don't like to drink alcohol myself. So there.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you? Guarding even your leftovers from the poor?
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the Nine-Day Government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism,
I don't
Mazovian
know.
thought, or Mazovianism.
Yum yum, tell me more.
He killed himself.
Maybe I am Krasmazov?
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container?
Yes. Actually, what if I am Krasmazov?
We should return to the case of your mistaken identity at a later time, officer. This was about the trash container.
Right. We need those keys.
What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
Okay.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
I like how the narrator himself got really excited at the end of that.
Your body is ready, sire.
I've seen something here at the Whirling. I think I need to talk about.
Theme.
I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
Okay. I saw a sign that said I couldn't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
But there may be something pertinent to the investigation.
He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
There's something else I want to ask about.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the Whirling later.
Goodbye. Note that was a medium successful logic. By your standards, it was a somewhat difficult conclusion to come to. Damn. The thing about sleeping, yeah. Should we ask this guy? Even though he's fucking passed out? A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads, Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Wake him up.
There
Yes.
is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Modifiers +1. Wake up! This is an order! I am the law!
Why the yelling man?
The 30-something man slowly lifts his head and gives you a pensive look.
Looks like a Sao descendant. A lot of Sao dock workers around.
I need you to answer some questions right now.
Really? You woke me up for that? Fine. What is it, officer?
Tell me about the Wild Pines.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's that going?
How's it going?
The dock worker lets out a long, big yawn, then stares at the cafeteria's terrace doors. Some fingerprints glisten on the glass.
Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
I'm not sure what you mean.
We're in the middle of a strike down at the harbour, trying to force some sense into the executive board of Wild Pines. For one, I could use some more shut-eye in the mornings. Right to work, right to sleep, I say.
Why are you sleeping here while the others are out striking?
Nate got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. I'm just getting some sleep. Or was.
Who's organizing the strike?
We are. The workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us.
You mean there's no leader?
Okay. I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart. Knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
I like the name Everard. Makes me think of Everhart, but shortened down. Very fancy schmancy. Alright, I'll let you sleep.
The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table, in sweet sleep.
Can I check back with
The
him?
worker, isn't it? Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from, into the primordial darkness.
I suspect the piece of plastic on his cabinet.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
Pick up the pills.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
Leave. Alright then. Huh. Buy new thought cabinet slots or forget old thoughts. Huh. Anyways, to the garbage can we go. Oh, okay. I don't know why that popped up for this thing now, but okay.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Open the padlock with the key.
With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Open the lid.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar.
Makes me think if this is my garbage from staying in that hotel room. Or hostel room, you know.
You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Used to what? Dumpster diving?
No, searching for evidence in the trash.
Dive further.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Pick at the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Grab them.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty. Or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the container.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Bag the shirt.
This is a military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario.
Hmm.
Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
Throw on a towel, a mug. That's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Okay.
the lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Search the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Pick it out.
They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
I missed a part of it, but... Oh,
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
A miserable-looking slip of paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away.
Well,
He doesn't know what to say.
lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Close the lid.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
The lid. The lid. The lid.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Leave. Let us spend an extra little bit of time with the ledger. This is the ledger that you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged to start keeping notes on the case.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Oh boy.
Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run your finger across the aluminum. Aluminum.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Hey, Lieutenant. What is this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Like, for example...
All RCM vehicles have had lights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
I see. That's all. Thank you.
Okay.
He returns to his neatly kept notes.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red
Oh, that's
stamp
weird.
that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I've made plenty of mistakes.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them.
Oh. Thank you for suggesting that I invest into that skill.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There was mention of a naming convention here?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my, and they're written in capital letters, too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
I have to open up an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Commit to paper.
Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do, barely. But
Kim, do you have a pen?
the lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large-caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Can I have one?
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
With this beauty, commit to paper.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross out the ones you've already finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
Actually, I don't have one.
Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest one.
Go ahead.
The Hanged Man.
Solid name.
Thank you. I think so too. Good and normal.
Normal. You know, I like how the Hanged Man is a reference to. I'm gonna go off on a tangent for just a second, if you'll excuse me. I like how the Hanged Man is a reference to, as far as I am aware, the tarot cards. The specifically the ones that people use in readings to tell your fortune. Although usually, from what I understand, the Hanged Man is actually upside down and hanging from his feet, and it's a reference to the changing of perspective and having a new understanding of reality. However, there is a thing of reversing tarot cards, and when that happens, basically what that means is it's the opposite, and it's usually like, oh, you got the reverse. That means something bad is going on. So the reverse of the upside down hanging man is just a normal hanging man. And that's what this guy is. So it makes me think of a refusal to change and being stuck in your ways, if that makes sense. I don't know why, but that is immediately what comes to mind for me. Figured it was interesting to know at least.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Kim, all my cases employ a naming convention similar to what we used on ours.
Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the titular system, in addition to the official alphanumeric.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have a case called the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
I'm done expecting these. Close the case files.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Can I read the case files now?
It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
Try again later. Browse the yellow
In the
papers.
back, you see thin, translucent copy paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
Oh, excuse me. Something got caught in the back of my throat there. What types of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Misconduct fine.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
I don't like how there's a blood stain over the continue button.
But they appear pleasantly vague. These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Field autopsy.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form, waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs.
Enough of these. Close the forms.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
What did you say the color was?
Blue.
Okay.
The blue heart. Don't look into it.
Shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it.
Peek inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
How should I open it?
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Open the compartment in the clipboard.
Is not
Damn it.
what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some. Then crack it. The goddamn thing is stuck. The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason.
Put the ledger away. Well, there's that. Blue oblong pen. Comes with a side order of resentment. Oh boy, I love that. Level up time! I'm immediately voting for visual calculus due to the fact that we had that, these things. Could also go for, oh, that's weird. Interfacing, I feel like this is important. I feel like this could be important at some point. What really sucks is that these are all different types of checks, so there's not one I can just slap on and do multiple ones at once, and I only have one level up right now. The good news is, except for physique, but I only have one of those, and fuck it, whatever. I don't really need... I have a bunch of extra point spaces. Do you think there's any specific points I should... Any specific ones I should put a point into? Oh, my thing's, beeping at me. Damn. Okay. Alright. Well, that was my phone. Sorry about that. Anyways. If there's no votes, for what I should do, then I think I will go for visual calculus. And that seems very important, at least to me. There we go. I accidentally paused it, and I'm tipsy enough that I may pass out. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you are fine and well, and good luck with whatever you need to do. But yeah, I think I'll go with that. It's locked in now. Those on white are available to try now. In a pretty great mood right now, if in a coherent, incoherent adjacent one. Well, that's good.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Reconstruct the movement. Hi, come on, baby.
The tire
Yes!
tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber.
I see.
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building, before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
A car drove through this fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city.
Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why.
Is this connected to the case?
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With a jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went. If you find the time.
I think I got it. Leave. Well, let's go check out this man's car. And also,
The
I think my...
stands
Hold on.
for motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57.
I can't seem to take off my jacket, but I seem to remember reading about having my jacket having a mark on it too.
Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Huh. Oh, excuse me. I accidentally bumped my bottle of water against my mouse. Run your fingers over one of the steering levers.
The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm.
Pick up the radio.
The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Hi, Ellis. This is the officer from the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green Prime Line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is.
I need you to connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Tim, again, didn't Gott give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Good sound. Start slapping a marching rhythm on your thighs.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Oh, I do this too.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you.
Thank you.
Yes, hello?
Hello, this is the police coughing. Excuse me. I don't think I should go for that one, actually. This is the police... Yeah, actually, you should. I have some questions for you about your last days at work.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Do you know who did make the call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on.
Do you know who put the victim's clothes in the trash? Oh, actually, I should ask this one first and then go to that one.
You tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it.
Okay.
I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective?
She doesn't actually sound like that. She's sorry. Do you know who put the victim's clothes in the trash?
No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was terrified of the stench and the corpse.
You quit your job at the Rolling. Why?
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Why
Okay.
not?
Why aren't you comfortable discussing it with me?
I, let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone.
Get away from whom?
You know whom.
Did you leave because of God?
What? No, why would you even think that?
He told me he asked you out. Are you saying it didn't happen?
Please, don't bring Gart into this. It's none of your business.
It's Gart. Okay, not Gal.
I
Not Gal.
already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
Okay, I think I got everything I need. Thank you.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Come on. Here we go. Yes!
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working there.
Oh, I just barely got it. Before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything.
I'm not mad. It's just
Oof.
you were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. Just made me want to quit.
What skua thing?
Stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac.
God
I
damn.
think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Why do I always end up screwing everything up?
It was a pretty bird. There since I started working in whirling. I really liked her. We call her Scotty.
I guess that explains why Gart was working on it. So you're telling me I was the one that made you want to quit?
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you,
Go on. I want to know what I did.
well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
Hold on, which song?
We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
Sorry. Sorry about the song.
To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know.
God.
And then screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that.
I'm sorry.
And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself.
Okay, I get it. I wasn't a very good tenant.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
I'm truly sorry for everything, Sylvie.
God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
When I spoke to Gart, it seemed like he thought you left because of him.
Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Gart. I really do.
Didn't he cross the line when he asked you out?
No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing. With the corpse and all that.
There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side. The telephone cord coiled around her index.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. I should have told him maybe.
I mean, I can tell him.
Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something.
Alright. Thank you for talking with me. Take care. Actually, I should... Oh, no, I shouldn't ask that. Take care.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Could you connect me to the 41st Precinct? I have something I need to report.
Just a second, officer.
She puts you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you on the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, Station 41. I've got urgent business. Over.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over.
Just reporting in. Over.
10-18, state your message, sir.
I need to report my badge missing.
10-9, over.
My badge, I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Say nothing.
Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
He says, fighting off laughter.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Can we just move on? I want to get it reported and be done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Enough of this now. I have other things to discuss.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
The animated conversation at the back is making it difficult for him to hear you.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he lost
Oh
his
god,
badge.
this is gonna go very poorly.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
God, it's not here.
Okay, it's gone. Your gun is most definitely gone.
Which one is Half-Light again? Let your body take control and threaten people.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? You were wondering about your gun. Over.
Convince them that you didn't lose your gun.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain.
No, of course I didn't lose my fun. Oh, God, fuck it, I didn't lose my gun.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his fun, whatever that means.
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not his fun. Just the gun will do.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over.
Oh, request a description, huh? We'll give him one. Describe the plasma gun.
Kim, what are you packing?
It's a single-shot Kiel A9. An Armistice, to be precise.
It's a single-shot Armistice KO A9. Over.
Says it's a Kiel 9mm Armistice.
Armistice? What, is he a fucking... Clearly he doesn't have his Villiers anymore.
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my, I can't.
Damn.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Noor by himself, but Disco here made him piss his pants. Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his... Actually, he still got his wiener.
I'm not going to.
I'm not going to.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
Yes, I lost my wiener too. Just lay off, okay?
He acknowledges your joke and asks you to lay off.
Lay off? Lay off? Tell him we'll lay off when he retrieves the goddamn police property that he has been entrusted with.
Satellite Officer
I heard it and I'm on it.
10-4, affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his firearm.
They're static.
Oh, God, Officer, do you need further assistance? Over.
There's really not a winning answer there. Yeah. 10-10, transmission completed, standing by, over.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
The static ends with a loud click, then everything is silent in the cabin.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pudier, around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minot enters. Her left arm is in bandages, and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact. It's not good. He's lost his badge and his sidearm. He seemed confused, delirious even.
Mac, the torso-torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. That was some gnarly shit there.
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
Damn.
We must help him.
Minot looks down at her quite neatly polished black boots. There's a quiet firmness to her voice when she speaks.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
The crowd in the room has started fidgeting uncomfortably. Someone's trying to slip out unnoticed.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words.
He sighs heavily and turns to address the room.
This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain, or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to pull his shit together.
I guess I can hold up the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
Damn. That was some shit that just happened right there. Fucking psychic abilities right here.
Alright. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
Press engine start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rouse per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to life with a whiny growl.
Press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
They're Copotypes?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Sorry, cop. I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Yes, sorry, cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
Won't the other Copotypes... Okay, what are the other
You
Copotypes?
know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, Liquid Shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go?
Okay.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
Rigorous self-critique. Plot -1 authority. You're one sorry piece of shit. A cop penchant? A flagellant cop monk? It's not the right line of work for you. You should be groveling at the feet of a feudal lord, preventing lurid evidence against yourself at the Mazovian show trial, or ripping the flesh from your back with the cat of 9 tails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. do it. Really criticize yourself. Who knows? Wait, so uncover something of importance from your guilt-ridden past. I think there was also my jacket had something on it, right? How would yeah?
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
Yeah, fair enough. What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though you can't say why, precisely.
What about the last row? Last row.
The last row has 3 perforations.
3? That's it?
That's it.
What do all these holes mean, Kim?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
I feel like I just went on apologizing all the time.
Maybe you were a diplomat, or in PR. Doesn't matter, I suppose. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
216, to be exact.
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
That used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
That's not too many.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
Thanks for this. How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective, or self-destructive than others.
He gives you a meaningful look.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
I didn't even get to check my coat. Done. Hell yeah. I do not like how this screen has the sounds of bugs. It's not good. I don't like it. I could retry the mirror. Huh. I think I want to go for interfacing with this one, because interfacing could be really good. Interface? I already have interfacing of 4, actually. Savoir faire. Damn. It's one. Um. Any suggestions? If there's anyone around right now, I'm thinking about stopping the stream after I level up here, or at least relatively soon. This one's my preferred skill. That'll only go up to 6 though, and I don't want to keep just leveling up that one specifically. Hmm. Put the actor lie and detect lies. I really like the artwork for these too. Very. It does represent what they're trying to come across, but in a more like esoteric kind of way. If that makes sense. Hmm. Hmm. I might want to level up my endurance actually, because that one's pretty low. Yeah, let's level up endurance just 1 point. Make sure I make myself a little bit more durable. Can withstand a bit more. That was a bit. At the very least, let me go check out the body one more time before we go. See if I can actually take it down now for the first time in 3 days, or in a week actually. Now that I think about it.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Let go of your nose without throwing up. Come on. Come on, baby.
You
Yes.
open the ammonia ampoule and breathe in. The odor of death is still stronger. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Step closer.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots, are they? They're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest
The
of it?
locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic.
The material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much we're talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
It's a lot, I take it?
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
These look pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
Run your finger over the lines.
The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
E50, 100, 1000.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under six-rotor airships.
Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently this is the reinforced kind. For air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
We're assuming the dock workers from the harbor did it?
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
My pastor has undergone a total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
I sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Did they climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory. The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Inspect the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Is this a map of the night sky?
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Let the lieutenant work.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces two metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into them. The lens needs adjusting. Then
a sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
Non-flammable.
In case we need it.
What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it.
Can
we
I
need to show it around.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Tell me, who are you, dead man?
The corpse is dead silent. You have no idea why you just said that.
Damn.
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build.
Back off.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench, eyes like a shark. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration?
Observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink. Thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Relax your eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he was upright after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
Maybe he was... Could it still be he was moved after death?
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Oh, you motherfucker. How dare you. We got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
He's beaten up. See the
I
bruises?
do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno.
Oh, that's weird.
Fucked him up brutal like.
I know it's from the time of day changing, but like the light very dramatically shifting like that kind of fucked with me. Anyways, I think he's dead.
I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. There's a time for that. It ended 7 days ago.
That sounds about right, yes.
Nods in agreement with advanced piece of conceptualization.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
So how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
We've been thorough. Do you have any plan for getting him down?
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
We could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, it seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Maybe we could shoot him down?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
Oh no, no, no.
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch, that's a good spot to aim.
There. The buckle holds the belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst thing that could happen?
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket.
You got this, Kim.
And produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks.
You got this.
Securing it in place.
Go, Kim.
That's a Kiel A99.
Go, Kim.
Armistice. Mass-produced muzzle loader. Ascetic, frugal. One of the most common firearms.
Can we get a Go, Kim in the chat? Go, Kim, you got
He then
this.
Steps back and assumes the fellow Steth's position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Say nothing.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
Fucking idiot! Mukabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
It's okay, man.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
What now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Can I have the gun? I should try.
As bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Take the gun.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boinker! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
Feel the weight first.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Points the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Close your left eye first.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves.
Hope you enjoy the food.
Entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Pull the trigger. Shit.
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower
I
the
really wanted to not save scum it, but
You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits
Fuck.
of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it. What a mulko.
there's something wrong with your weapon, Lieutenant. It keeps missing.
The armistice is sufficiently precise, officer, especially at close range.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands.
Pigs don't have hands. They have, like, fucking hooves or something.
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
No, Kuno. If I can't shoot him down, no one will.
Cop's bitter because he fucked that corpse up, Kuno. What a fucking good fella.
We still need to get him down somehow.
How?
The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too.
Want to be dangerous?
Trust the suspect for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Everard Clare? Very much, yes. Which is why I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves. Clearly we can't.
Suck my dick, bitches.
You ain't got one, idiot. How do we get inside?
From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely though.
To the gates. Let's negotiate.
Let's get to it then. At least I fucked up the body, and that sucks. But at the very least, like, nobody got hurt, right? There hasn't been like a workplace accident. I can feel like I feel happy with that. It's nearly 1 o'clock. That's about the time the kitchen gets done, I think. This one's getting close to getting done. This one's still got a bit of a ways to go. Think I'm gonna stop here. It's getting a bit late on my end. I saved not too long ago. If I really, really, really wanted to, I could save scum to that spot, but I don't really want to. Seems a bit scummish too. But on that note, though, thank you for stopping by. Thank you once again to that friend that got me this game to begin with. Very kind of them to just randomly drop the cash for Disco Elysium here. Thank you, the viewer, for stopping by and watching the stream with me. And thank you, the devs of Disco Elysium, for making this very interesting game. Seems pretty neato burrito. I'm gonna go to bed relatively soon here. You're cute and also welcome. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know if I'll go to bed right away or if I'll just like wind down for a while. Probably have to wind down first, but thank you all for stopping by. I'll see what I play Friday night, and I'll see you the next time I play this game. Until then, I'll see you there. See ya.